Throughout this weekend's celebration of the country's 250th birthday, President Trump warned about a so-called resurgence of communism in the U.S.
Communism is a mortal threat to American liberty. It is the greatest threat to our country, including World War I, World War II, Pearl Harbor, or even 9/11. Communism is a loser, and it always will be. The communist system is the opposite of the American system, and the communist system has never worked.
Joining us now to dig into these comments and more are Hyma Moore and Harrison Fields. Hyma is a principal for Cornerstone Public Affairs. He formerly served as the director for the Office of the DNC Director. And Harrison is a CBS political contributor and was the White House principal deputy press secretary during the second Trump administration. Gentlemen, good Monday morning to you both. Harrison, let's start with you. Is this focus on communism a smart strategy for Republicans ahead of the midterms, do you think?
It's very smart, and it's a vulnerability for the modern-day Democratic Party, which, let's face it, is being overtaken by the Democratic Socialist wing of their party. And if you talk about this issue of communism, this is exactly what we're seeing. When you talk about the evisceration of private property rights, the abolition of police, this is communism 101. And it's not just a theory. It's not just a talking point. These are people that are actually getting elected in today's Democratic Party. And this is the wave in the party right now, leading to a midterms, leading to a presidential in 2028. A lot of Democrats are hyperventilating over this idea that this is now their party.
And Hyma, let's talk more about that, because Speaker Mike Johnson and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro each spoke about Democratic socialists and their higher profile after winning some elections. Let's just listen to what they had to say.
There are many Mamdanis popping up, running for Congress around the country, and you better be very serious about this. This is a serious threat to our whole system of government. These are Marxist. It's communism, socialism. Those are deviations of Marxism.
I think what our party has to go through that will be very healthy, and something we've not really done since the 1992 election cycle, is to have a battle over what we believe in. To have a battle over the ideas that we are going to hold on to and campaign on and then deliver on as a way to make people's lives better.
So, Hyma, what do you make of that? And do you agree with Governor Shapiro?
Yeah, Eric, good to see you. Look, I do agree with Governor Shapiro, and I do think that when you look at the Democratic Party right now, a big tent party, I know we talk about this all the time, but we have Democrats who are blue dog Democrats down in the South, and those who are part of the Democratic Socialists of America. And so I think as we're looking at this in totality, we've got to think about what the governor is saying. As we get closer to the midterms, as we get closer to the presidential, we want Democrats across the spectrum to espouse their ideas, and so we can have a conversation about how to move America forward. What I've been seeing on the ground, I travel a great deal. I'm not so concerned about the DSA. I'm more concerned about people's feelings. And the DSA is in some ways a direct reflection of how people are feeling right now. In some ways, how people were feeling in 2016 when Donald Trump became president. People want their costs to go down. People want their lives to be better. People want to be a part of the American dream. And so the conversation around communism, I think, for the president to bring sort of this directly home is really important to have. But I think what Americans want to see is the president be a little bit more aggressive with real communism outside of America.
And Hyma, in dropping out of the Michigan Senate race yesterday, Mallory McMorrow addressed the need for change in her party. Here's what she said.
I haven't been shy about calling for new leadership and a better Democratic Party. I mean it. The energy is there. People are crying out for change.
So who then should be leading that change, do you think?
Look, I think this has to be race by race, state by state, city by city. And what we're seeing is the Democrats are putting a swath of candidates across the spectrum. This is not just DSA members that are winning. Majority of Democrats in America are still center left and are still pretty moderate when it comes to most issues. And so what we're seeing is this is a symptom of what's happening on the ground. I think people are hurting. They want to see something different. And so I think Mallory McMorrow is completely correct. She's a rock star. I'm proud of the campaign she's run. But in Michigan, this is a ground zero for how these issues are starting to really temper people's feelings.
And Harrison, regardless of who Mike Rogers will face off against in November, he is being weighed down by the president's low polling numbers. Should his campaign, do you think, focus on a message of change?
Well, the Senate candidate, Mike Rogers, is going to focus on the issues that matter most, which are affordability, which is an immigration system that prioritizes American citizens over illegal aliens. And I think he's going to continue to do that. Listen, what the president has done in about a year and a half's time has really transformed the country back to an America First agenda. Listen, we have a lot more work to do, especially when it comes to the economy. But the Democrats, the people of Michigan rejected the Democratic platform in the last election, re-electing President Trump. And in terms of Mike Rogers, who he's up against, listen, Mallory McGrone, she called the people in the Midwest morons. She lamented about having to move back, wished she lived back in California. So she's not the moderate that many people try to make her out to be. And the alternative to the left, Al Said, said that the United States of America deserved 9/11. I am the son of a 9/11 first responder. No, we did not deserve 9/11. This is Democrats running in Michigan today. So I think the path forward for Mike Rogers is going to get easier because it looks like Al Said is going to win this primary.
Interesting perspective from you both, Hyma Moore and Harrison Fields. Thanks for being with us and sharing your insight this Monday.
Go Team USA.